All right, I'm about to get dressed and go here. So my final preps. What my plan is, I have my gas stops programmed in every 100 miles into this Beeline route, which is the Beeline Moto 2. I figure without having driven this long distance before, that that would probably be a good rest stop every 100 miles. So I'm going to make it from South Florida here to Middle Georgia tonight. I've got about 500 miles to do. And yeah, put a mount on here to do some maybe, filming as I'm driving for this video. I did go through the front brakes just to make sure everything was good. It's important with these drum brakes to make sure they're perfectly adjusted. So I did take everything off, made sure they were cleaned, scuffed it, all that, and kind of rebedded them and readjusted them. So I did do that. And then, I don't know if I showed you another video, I do have the deep sump. But as the rings were breaking in on that top end, I was getting blow by, but now that they're seated, I'm using the full 3 quarts of oil instead of I was putting in the standard amount of oil just so I'd have more volume in the crankcase. I think I'm getting a little more blow-by with it, but I figure the extra oil will be good for the extended highway I have to do to get out of Florida. And then a cool little thing is I have this infrared camera, and yeah, I may film this, the hot spots on the cylinders and stuff, which now you can't see anything, but I tried it yesterday, it was glowing pretty good. And I'll just see what it looks like on the highway. I had like the thermometer gauge on the dipstick, so I took that off. Now I'm using the extra oil in the oil pan to the stock level of oil. So that should be about 3 quarts. So I'm about halfway up this factory mark. And I'm going with that. So I should check back in with you when I'm on the road. So see you a little bit. All right, first break. I don't know, I did about 60 miles. So far, so good. Nice and smooth. Good on the highway. I'm kind of keeping around 4,500 RPM, which is almost 70, at least on the speedometer. And yeah, I think I'm going to make it. I'm just going nice and easy. So yeah, first break. It looks like I'm going to have to do 50 miles to get the butt acclimated. So 50 miles of riding, rest stop, pee, walk, then gas at 100 miles. So like every 50 miles, and I think I'll get there. Catch you on the next one, next stop. All right, first stop for gas, Melbourne, Florida. I'm on US 192. Yeah, I'm really liking this bike. Nice and smooth. Yeah, the windscreen is working great. Got my little, if you can see it, the Moto 2. Yep, good directions. Yeah, clear and easy to use. So yeah, I did use the GPS on it. 4,500, 4,600 RPM, at least on the inaccurate tach, is about 68 to 70. I got plenty of roll on to pass cars. I can kind of burst up to 80 in like a second. So there's plenty of excess power without having the downshift. And the 3.0 gears are pretty good on this because I still have enough roll on. I think any more than that, as far as like the 291s, probably would not have enough gear on first gear to take off. So the 3.0s on a R75 with the 1000cc kit seem to work pretty good. So I'm going to gas up and grab me a sandwich. Oh, and the Air Hawk is pretty good too. So far so good. It helps with the the testicles. All right, I'll catch you on the next rest stop. All right, where am I? I don't know where I am. Probably north of Cocoa Beach. Rest stop off of I-95. And I have to say that little cruise control thing on the handlebar works pretty good. So yeah, I'm able to blast up. I'll probably hit 90, allegedly, just to pass some traffic. But I've been cruising around, 70. Like I said, plenty of get up and go if I need to make a pass, but I've been just kind of camping out in the right lane, passing when I need to. I really haven't been doing a lot of highway driving. When I restored my Porsche, I sold my bikes because I needed room in my garage, and for other reasons, but yeah, I haven't been on the highway, and yeah, I'm kind of in heaven. I missed it. So I'm glad to be back in the saddle doing long distance stuff. I've just been kind of doing around town. So I got about 60 miles to the next gas stop, and so far so good. Just had one asshat cut me off. I was in the center lane, and yeah, he just went across 3 lanes of traffic to get off at an exit. So that was the closest call I've had, but can't complain. All right, just got gas, 2.8 gallons, getting about 100 miles on 2.8 gallons, so not the best gas mileage. I'm at the exit of Amelia Island. So I made it through Jacksonville. I skipped the last update when I got gas. I was at a Love's gas station. I was kind of busy. And yeah, some traffic through Jacksonville. I took the East Beltway. Anyway, something to show you. So the cruise control works pretty good. I showed you, you lock it in that way. But basically when you're in traffic, just rotate it up like that so you can get to the brakes. If you don't need it in urban air traffic, just rotate it up. Yeah, I made some adjustments to this, the windscreen. And yeah, all systems go. So far so good. Got a few more, maybe an hour and a half more to go, and I'll do a recap when I get to my room. Well, here's my hotel room. I made it. There's my saddlebags. I have it where I could just unclip them and pull it up. Tail bag, tank bag. I put my lock on and my little alarm system I showed you in the other video. But I want to show you my riding gear. So yeah, I got the mesh jacket on Amazon with the matching pants. Mesh, armored, they're armored, not great, but pretty, I'd say pretty decent. And of course the Hiawassee helmet, you can't go wrong with that. And the Cordo speaker system. I just got the 30mm speakers, and it's fine. So anyway, I'm in Glenville. Let me take this helmet off. I'm in Glenville, Georgia. I'm at the Cheerio Inn. So I've stayed here with my 911. If I stay somewhere in the rural areas, some of these towns could get pretty sketchy at night. I mean, just the next town up the road, I tried to pull in one night, and there were ladies of the night and their handlers coming out of the rooms when I pulled up. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving a 911 there, and I'm not leaving a BMW in a place like that. So this one's pretty safe. What I like to do is, I usually go straight through, but this is a good jumping off point when you're heading to the mountains. It's maybe an hour from Savannah, maybe. And then from here, I'll be in Hiawassee in about 5 hours, which is my destination. Yeah, so I have a nice day ahead of mountains and driving. BMW did great. Very smooth on the highway. The gearing and everything was just great. Yeah, 70 to 75 the whole way. No hiccups, no stutters, no nothing. So, knock on wood. Been really good. I did one of the stops I did have one minor issue. I had high idle when I got off the highway, and I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, the carb boot on the carburetor side of the intake manifold was loose. So that was the vacuum leak. Other than that, yeah, pretty sweet ride. I see what you guys mean about these airheads being nice. It has multiple personalities, good torquey, low-end motor, but it just hums beautifully at that 4,500 RPM. Man, it just is so smooth. I'm not tired. I think I did 530 miles today. Not tired at all. Hands aren't numb. And yeah, feeling good. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be hitting the mountains tomorrow. I'm going to take that cruise control off. That does get in the way of the brake. I wish this had the lever that kind of, you know, like modern bikes with a little knob and you can bring it closer. It's really far out here. So on the highway, that's okay because my survival strategy was just, you know, getting behind a car in the right lane, doing 70, 75, and just chilling out. I pass if I needed to, but and give plenty of space to the car in front of you, and that ensures survival on the roads, that's for sure. You don't want to be weaving in and out. So anyway, it's a nice night here in Georgia, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. I'll try and film some. I have that stick that goes to the handlebar, and I don't know, it wouldn't have lasted on the highway. Plus, super slab in Florida is pretty boring. So I'll do some nice Georgia rural filming, and that stick should stay at country road speeds. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Oh boy. All right, I'm loading back up here, and so far so good. Yeah, my straps. Yeah, all I have to do is take that off and unclip the back, and these come right up. So it's been pretty convenient. Just rearranging everything. Got some dried pineapple for a snack. Since I have a place to stay, you know, that tail bag is kind of small. It's like a commuter tail bag, and my tank bag is a little small too, so I'm tight on space. So anyway, I'm about to take off, get dressed, got my suit laid out on the bed, and then, you know, I got a tip on Reddit. You know, dudes wear like compression shorts and pants. You know, definitely not my style, but I got compression socks. Yeah, I'd say it helps. So if you notice, you know, I'm getting smart finally in my old age. You know, white helmet, light suit. You know, anyone who rides in the South and wears black, you know, you got to have your head examined. So that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, I'll be using the navigation, charged everything up. It's nice to be untethered from technology, but this little Moto 2 is pretty handy. The mapping's not that great. It uses a kind of their own map, and I had some waypoints set up, and it didn't exactly track the way I thought it would, but I'm learning it. Anyway, the directions on this little thing are fantastic. It fits perfectly, you know, on the steering damper. So you just leave the mount on. And then you just put it on. And little fun day of adventure. I'm gonna try and do some filming, but this thing moves, so I don't know. I need gorilla hands to tighten it. Anyway, I'll send a report from the road. See ya. I'm here at the Wild Georgia Safari Park. See the merry-go-round with the wild horses there. And I guess that would be a carousel. So anyway, need some peace and quiet here. And yeah, these guys are cutting the grass. You know, come out here for peace and quiet, not this sound. I feel like those people that yell at lawn guys on YouTube. Anyway, having a good ride and heading up to Hiawassee. Okay, got my coffee here. I'm in Louisville, Georgia, or as they say, Louisville. And this is Molly's Food and Fuel. I really needed some coffee, so here I am. They have a great breakfast. They actually know how to make grits. Usually grits taste like wallpaper paste. And yeah, you should put some milk and butter in your grits. Tell some of these diners that. They're dragging a little bit because I was up at 4, went to bed around midnight. So I need some coffee and I'm continuing on my way. And catch you on the next stop. Well, I'm still here at Molly's. So I just wanted to bring something up while I was thinking about it. So the cruise control here, I will tentatively recommend it. And the main reason is that you don't get a good cover on the brake. You kind of need all your fingers on it, and it does limit your access to the lever. If that was adjustable or was a dogleg lever, maybe. So I would say, is it risky? Yes, it's risky using that type on this one with the drum brake. So use at your own risk. So maybe one that goes on the bar end would work better. So maybe I'll try one of those and let you know what I think. But I have it off for now because I'm going to be hitting the mountains here soon, and yeah, I need to have maximum braking. You know, when you have a cable actuated drum brake, you know, the hydraulics are in your hand. So you need all the hydraulics you could get. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Right, last fuel stop, and from here I'll be heading towards Helen, driving over the mountain to Hiawassee. So I'll try and get some of that filmed. Just hope this handles well. I'm kind of tired and that's a bit of a challenging road, but I'll just go easy.